Hey Clashers, welcome back to the channel. Beansbrigade here, bringing you another Town Hall 13 video, and this one's going to be pretty interesting, folks. This one is not going to be one of our usual videos that we've been doing, which are overviews of certain strategies and certain army comps that you can bring to bases. This one is going to highlight the hero, the Royal Champion, the newest hero that was added in the update, and different ways you can use it on attacks. We're going to show few examples of different attacks and different ways that these attackers over here in PMG are using the Royal Champion, and good ways that you can maybe make the difference between a 2-star 99 in the high 90% attack and a 3-star hit. So let's jump right on in, folks. We'll show you a few ways to use this awesome hero. Alright guys, starting out with this one, we have Tesky running the Hog Hybrid Miner on this one, and most of you folks know how this one works. You're just trying to get a good queen charge here, or some type of good value with the queen, and set up some good pathing on the back end. Now what he's going to be doing is aiming over here. We'll bust up Telestrator real quick. Queen is going to be coming right in here into this compartment, going to be aiming to get right in there, or it's going to be right on the edge, right where that Wiz Tower is, and just going to give her access to all of that, and going to trim a good portion of that base and really just give a good start for this Hog Miner attack. So let's check it out. See, Queen is going to come around now, and as she's coming into this compartment here, he's going to go for the break right on the edge. Really good job, because the timing here, look, the timing can be so important. If there was only a few buildings there with that rage, the Queen could have easily gone through some of the softer buildings and ruin the timing there, but since there was a BK and a Dark Elixir storage, there was plenty of time for those wall breakers to get in and get her right inside. So really nice break here. Gets the Queen inside. He's going to get that Town Hall with really no worries at all, and from there going to set up, has the siege barracks coming in on the other side, on the 3 o'clock side, and just going to start to get that funnel set up, and just has all of these troops coming inside. Now on this particular hit here, you can see has not dropped that Royal Champion yet. You see it is a standard KS here coming in. Well, not KS, but Hog Miner approach. Does have the Grand Warden behind. Now here comes that Royal Champion right behind the flanking BK, and gonna just get some of the outer defenses off. And if we pause it real quick, you can see what the Royal Champion's gonna do. Royal Champion is right down here. It might be a little hard to see since there are so many troops now. And the Royal Champion is going to try and come up, and it's basically going to come out and help to flank, destroy some flank defenses on the outside over there towards that direction, and help to keep those miners and the hogs inside the base. That's what these attacks are all about, is keeping those hogs and miners all together and getting the maximum use out of each of those heal spells that you can. And so it's a really no-brainer to use the Royal Champion like this on these kind of hits. Alright, so let's keep going and we'll watch how it plays out. You see that Royal Champion is doing work, helping out to take out Skellies, along with some of the defenses, of course, putting shots on that. The biggest thing, though, is to have that behind to help with Skellies, because before we didn't have a reliable hero to come in and knock out Skellies. The Grand Warden would help out a little bit, but his timing was nothing like what the Royal Champion is. You see that ability just got popped and just cleared all of these defenses. Got a nice amount of damage on that IT to help knock it down a little faster. And you see it was the difference in that one. Very nice hit here by Tesky. And the next one is going to be another good example of how to use it. It's going to be a little bit different here. On this attack, we are going to be seeing Ripa on this one. And Ripa is going to be bringing a Yeti smash to this base, and this is an attack that most of you guys are used to seeing. Just starting out with a lot of P.E.K.K.A.s to start out on this one, and actually going a little bit P.E.K.K.A. heavy on this one. I like it a lot though, as the siege barracks over there in the corner, that's going to help to drop some hogs, and just sets up a very nice entry right over here at the 2 o'clock side. One jump coming on the inside, and we'll have that EQ. And you can see the Royal Champion has not been dropped yet. And the heroes are just finally getting in there. That entry is looking very, very nice. Got all the troops inside and sending in that Royal Champion right along with the hogs on this one. And you see, doesn't quite have the tanking of the BK on the last one, but it is a similar flanking style. But this one, the Royal Champion will give those hogs a little bit of a boost, will give them some protection from any skellies and any immediate things like that. But that's the biggest thing, is it's almost like a shield for this Royal Champion to get even deeper and just force that KS away from the left side. Obviously, it is a little bit different than these hog miner hits where you just have to trim all the trash, although trimming trash on this does help as well, but this is just to get an entire side of the base cleared if possible, and that Royal Champion of the Hogs do a really, really good job of that, especially with the amount of defenses that were on that side of the base. You see the Royal Champion finally pops that ability in the back end, gets those Teslas all cleared out, which grouped up could have been trouble, finally gets taken out, but now you see that this KS gets through on the back end and is looking very, very solid there. Next up, we have Meezy from Playmakers here, bringing an interesting strategy to this one. This is not quite a Yeti smash, although you do see the Yetis here. You also see those 5 bat spells on this one, and with that, it does make it into a back-end bat attack. It's very, very important to get as much splash on an entry as possible. Getting really good value out of the entry here with the 1 archer up at 3 o'clock, helping to set that up, and that Grand Warden over here at 12. And looks like he's setting up for a nice entry on that 2 o'clock side, right where that Wiz Tower and Archer Tower is, but actually going to aim for a somewhat deeper entry. Well, let's pause real quick. Looks like he's coming for an entry over here, which would be the obvious one if you look at it, but actually going to do something pretty interesting with that E-Drag here. We'll show you in a moment, and going to try and approach, well, actually is going to approach from right over here, and gonna get a good angle on that and get a very, very nice funnel too. So let's watch and see what Meezy does on this one. Archer's getting really good value there, not getting touched at all, and should be able to get all 3 of these, or all 3 of those buildings on the edge, but does drop the E-Drag a little bit early just to start getting things going. And you see right now there's nothing, no DPS except for that 1 Archer Tower on that E-Drag, which it's easily about to take out now, and gets that section taken care of with little troop space, very, very small, only 30 troop space for that E-Drag. Usually have to spend a bit more than that at a Town Hall 13 level, and look at this, going to get some really good hits here, distract that Wiz Tower on entry, and has that back end wall wrecker coming in now. Gonna enter right here on that Expo, and look at that, has the Grand Warden ability popped, just to make sure that it doesn't get taken down too early. Nice rage on entry. Gonna take that CC on with a poison on them as well. Gets the nearby air defense cleared with those loons, so those healers don't take on too much damage. Ice Golem did slow that KS down a little bit, but they easily power through now. And you see this is looking really good. Now on this one, the Royal Champion is going to be used. You see on the outside, the defenses are all distracted over here up at 10 o'clock by those outside P.E.K.K.A.s, and is going to have that Royal Champion just coming in back in, helping to take out all these defenses. And P.E.K.K.A.s and that Royal Champion are used together so well. Going to bat bomb this 9 o'clock section there with a double freeze, has all 5 bats being dropped on there, and the Royal Champion is going to be used right behind the bat bomb. Really, really a great way to approach that. So much going on there. That Royal Champion's getting plenty of tanking and will be kept alive for a while. Just use that ability there just to really get some damage out there, and you see that's all she wrote for the base. The KS was still doing work, moving towards 6 o'clock, and easily gets that cleared. All the heroes still have full HP basically, except for the BK, but he's going to get his HP back, I think. Well, we'll see if the healers change, but just an awesome attack there from Meezy. Absolutely smashed that base. Okay, on this one, we have Yolando hitting base 5 from BD King Barura. This is part of Playmakers CWL match this week, and this was a really, really interesting attack. I felt really needed to be highlighted. You see, this is going to be a Yeti smash attack. It does have the EQ and the jump, which is pretty normal. Starting out with the Grand Warden walk up here at 12 o'clock, and you're going to see he's going to get really good value from this Grand Warden, getting that the edge defense is cleared. Not going to have to worry about that multi-target IT doing much of these healers. Drops the EQ right on the 10 o'clock side of the base here and opens that entry up perfectly behind that Archer Tower next to that Wiz Tower there. Has the Siege Barracks coming in over at 9 o'clock with a P.E.K.K.A. coming out, a few Wiz. Obviously that's going to get really good value with all those trash buildings there. And setting up for a really nice entry here at the 10 o'clock side. You see has the Yetis drop, BK is dropping that mortar, he's going to come right inside from there. And great entry start there, great start to the attack. That Grand Warden and the healers took virtually no damage at all. Has a heal on entry, these bowlers behind, just with these two multi-target ITs. They've definitely helped out. Rage is going to be dropped here in a moment. Looking good. The Grand Warden ability has been dropped as well, so you see the plan is not for the KS to really get that Town Hall with the Grand Warden ability being dropped so early. It is going to be a back-end ability use here, a back-end troop, and you guys guessed it, that Royal Champion is going to be what makes the difference on this and does get that Town Hall down. The bowlers did kind of skip out over there and get some damage on it, but the majority of the KS went right over there towards the IT side. And here we go, that back-end Royal Champion is being dropped ahead, or on back end that is, right on the Town Hall side. And just look at that. Gets it cleared on its own right before it gets taken out. We'll drop that ability. Boom. Get a few buildings nearby taken out. The explosion does not take out the Royal Champion. He's still able to keep it moving. She's still able to keep it moving, sorry. And look at that. Has plenty of cleanup troops in the back end. Queen still has the ability. Royal Champion's coming around the back end now and going to easily take out this Tesla and the Archer Tower next to it, while that Archer Tower is focused on the Queen. And just a really clever attack there, a really good way to use that Royal Champion. And that's what it's all about, folks. Just really need to find clever uses out of them and different things that you can do. And we are going to finish this off and show one of the smartest ways I've seen a Royal Champion be used so far. Just a very clever attack. And you guys may have seen this one. It was actually I've seen this base a few times on this next one, but not this specific attack. Okay, here we go on this one. Like I was saying, this is going to be a very interesting attack here. Some of you may have seen this. This was a war that was pretty heavily streamed by the WHF folks and a few of the Scorpion Monkey guys. Starting out this one with a giant and a few wall breakers ahead. Does get that CC pulled effectively. Very clever use of those wall breakers there to get that CC pulled on the edge. Couldn't use hogs there because they would have been held up by some of those defenses, so cleverly gets that done, drops that Queen, and will start to take on that CC with her. While she's doing that, you see the poisons being dropped on that. The BK is going to be dropped over here at this 6 o'clock side, 5:30 side, and going to start to clear out some of the defenses and buildings over there to force this Queen inwards right down this trench. And if we pause this real quick, we'll show you guys. You can see now this base is basically divided up 3 ways, and so obviously we're starting out for a nice Queen charge right up this gut. BK is going to be moving down this way to help clear a few defenses. Now what's going to take out this side is the question over here on the 3 o'clock side. Can you guys guess it? Yep, you're right. It is going to be that Royal Champion, and just a really clever way of approaching this base here. Let's see what Eve Chech does here. Here comes that Royal Champion. Does have some healers for the Royal Champion as well now. Gets that air defense cleared and forces that Queen back inwards. You see there's 2 simultaneous walks going on now. Who'd have thought? 2 hero walks, both absolutely killing it. And that Royal Champion is just clearing that whole bottom side of the base and will be able to get all the way to this EA and taking on these EA shots finally, but gets in range now. The target is going to change over the AQ, who's doing just fine taking out the Town Hall right now. And you all see here come the hogs from over on this side coming in now, and they're going to meet up with that Royal Champion. Really clever way of just creating this KS. And you see now on the back end, doesn't have a whole lot of spells, but the hogs are going to hook around, when the queen gets that town hall cleared, things are going to be pretty clear for the hogs. Obviously still has that Grand Warden ability, so that can be used, but just a very, very clever way to start this hog attack. Didn't have as many hogs as you would expect on a Town Hall 13 hit, but with that many healers, obviously had to sacrifice troops somewhere. Has that nice heal coming over top of the bomb tower, another heavy defense area. Gets a nice splash, or nice freeze over here on the scatter shot, and on that back end whiz tower, and finally gets that Royal Champion ability used. Got a lot of damage on those nearby troops. Grand Warden ability gets used too, and just look at that. So much value from those heroes, and they're all still alive. That Royal Champion does still have full HP, so does the Queen. The BK was sacrificed on that funnel, but when you see all three of those heroes at full HP with near 75% of the base crushed, you know it was an amazing attack. And this is definitely one of the best ways I've ever seen a Royal Champion used. Can't do this on every base. It was very base specific here, but just a heck of an idea there. Really, really loved it. Great attack. Thanks for checking out the video once again, guys. It's been great bringing it to you. I had a lot of fun talking about that Royal Champion and its many uses. Definitely consider some of these approaches that you've seen. You don't have to go with the strict meta. You don't have to go with the strict one way behind the KS. You can incorporate a lot of these flank techniques you've seen, or even that Royal Champion walk. That is something that is definitely good to consider. I mean, very, very clever approach there, but it's all about what you can get from the value and what you can still get from the back end of your main army. But just remember, it can do a lot of damage, especially at max level. But even if it's not max, you can still do a lot. So, once again, thank you all so much for checking it out. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Check out my channel as well, Beansbrigade Gaming. And you see my socials down there at the bottom right. Really appreciate bringing it to you guys once again. Everybody have a great day, great evening, wherever you are. And we'll see you next time. Later.